Hey, my name is David Shepard. I live and work in Edmonton's downtown, and I represented at the Alberta Legislature as the MLA for Edmonton City Centre. It can be a very busy job. It will take all the time you give it and keep on taking. Especially in an area as busy as downtown Edmonton. Also, we've got all the festivals, all the community events, all the different organizations that work and are represented here. So really, I could put every waking hour into doing this work and still have more to do. So one of the biggest challenges is about prioritization, deciding what are the most important things. Where do we need to put the efforts for the most crucial issues, the things that are most important to people on the ground, while still maintaining a balance, looking after myself personally, my personal relationships, and looking after my health. Subject I liked the most at school was English. I love to write. I really do. I love reading. I love writing. I love anything to do with stories and narratives. Like I love film and I love analysis. So taking things apart, seeing, what are the ideas, what are the metaphors, what are the themes, how do they put this thing together? I also studied music, right? So I learned how to play. I studied classical, learned how to play by ear, and I went through the music program at McEwen University. And it's a similar thing, right? I just love how artistic expression happens, how it's put together in sort of creative things. So in school, my favorite subject was absolutely English. What did I dislike the most? I think probably it was either physics or chemistry. I did okay in math. Math was logical and made sense to me, but I could never quite grasp the logic of physics and chemistry. So I did all right. I think I still got like B minus or something like that, but it just wasn't very fun for me. Things I could not live without: coffee. I have a very restricted diet, unfortunately. There's a lot of things I can't eat and drink, but coffee is one thing I do get to indulge myself in. So, sort of for me, it's something I've gone down the rabbit hole in. So, I love really good quality coffee beans brewed really well. So, yeah, it's kind of a fun little ritual first thing in the morning. And of course, you kind of get addicted to caffeine. So, I can't live without it. Yeah, I love cycling. So, yeah, just biking around downtown, or hey, we've got an amazing river valley here in Edmonton. So, going for rides down there. And then I'm a bit of a geek, bit of a nerd. So I do like comic books and everything connected to them. So comic book movies, superhero cartoons, all that kind of stuff. I really do enjoy it. Got a few friends, we get together, nerd out every once in a while. What have I been reading lately? I've been reading the new Ultimate series from Marvel. It's kind of been interesting as they're kind of remaking some parts of their universe. So that's sort of fascinating. The Fables series for that was out with Vertigo DC Comics, basically about what if all of these sort of folks and fairy tales and everything all actually existed in their own own sort of realms and societies and lands, but then they're under attack by this guy called the Adversary. So a bunch of them escape through these portals into New York, and they have their own little community there, and they're kind of hiding out. So yeah, really well written, great story, and it ended a while ago, but then they recently brought it back for like another 10 issues. So I really enjoyed that. Hey, I'm certainly, I enjoy horror movies a little bit, some of that dark stuff. So I always got to watch it for good stuff there. And of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, follow a lot of that pretty closely. I've seen all the movies, watched all the shows. Of course, just recently went to see the new one, Deadpool and Wolverine. Excellent movie. That's what I do for fun. My favorite food. Well, as I said, I have a very, very limited diet. So unfortunately, I don't get to eat a lot of different things. But one of the few things I can eat are samosas. So I like going to a lot of different shops that are trying to find the best samosas in town. Well, I did spend about a dozen years kicking around trying to make it as a musician, studio engineer, and I did enjoy that work somewhat. When I went back to school, I considered becoming a high school English teacher with a music minor. Ended up doing a degree in professional communications instead. And then after about 5 years of working in that field, got elected. So I think about that sometimes. What would I like to do post politics? And what part of me would really love to go back to school and do like a master's or a doctorate and look really closely at this whole sort of challenge we face these days around misinformation and disinformation online and conspiracy theory. It's really a growing problem, and it's one of the things that just fascinates me is how people think, how people are convinced of ideas, and how you convince people out of bad ideas. So yeah, I think that's something I'd be interested in pursuing. Say, hang in there. You have no idea what the possibilities are that lie in front of you. It's going to be some tough times. It's going to be hard, but in you have incredible potential and unbelievable strength. Hang on to it.